Today I want to talk about the true armyworm. We're trapping the true armyworm out here right now. Again, planting has hardly got started on corn, but when we talk about true armyworm, for the most part we're worried about our wheat crop. We use pheromone traps to capture them and to kind of give us an idea anyway when they're here and when they show up. The armyworms, some of them do overwinter here in central Illinois. Probably the majority of them do blow up from the south. So as we have south winds like today, the pressures tend to climb up and the traps can get lit up. Now we say 9 is a high count trap for cutworm, but with armyworm it's not unlikely to see 70, 80, 90 in a trap. And here lately we're well over 200 in some of these traps. So this tells us the pressure's high. Part of the reason that pressure is probably high is the mild winter. So we have more of our own armyworm overwintering here. And then we add what's coming in from the south. So a situation we're going to really need to pay attention. We got about 600 heat units based on the first captures, which we saw last week, some of our bigger numbers. So we'll have to watch insect heat units, which are calculated different than growing degree days. They're calculated on the hour. About 600 heat units, and we're going to be dealing with armyworm. And that armyworm, our risk, of course, is defoliating the wheat, cutting the heads off. But if they're in grass edges around other cornfields and stuff, they'll start to move. So you kind of, once you see a big armyworm infestation, you understand why they call it an armyworm, because they just march. And they'll march across the field from the field edges, and they can get pretty rough on corn as well. Our biggest risk, of course, is our wheat crop. Right now, the indications are we're probably going to have to pay attention this year to the armyworm.